Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about the Scikit-learn machine learning pathway, a pathway that will take you from a beginner to be able to build your own real-world projects. Yes, you can be able to be comfortable with machine learning in just 60 days. It takes time, effort, resources to accomplish this, but I can tell you it's doable. And anyone, even if you don't have any real IT experience, you can embark on this journey as long as you have the time and the focus that is needed. Actually, many people in this day, they are too distracted by social media and many other things. They fail to just commit time needed to accomplish their goals. I've always said this, that even our normal traditional degrees, they don't really require 4 years. They require probably just under 2 years to accomplish that. But they spread it out because people are too distracted. Anyway, we're going to start from the beginner-friendly topics all the way to advanced topics. Many people, when they learn machine learning, they just jump into models and algorithms, but they fail to understand the basics. So we are going in this day learning path, the machine learning path. We are going to start with the basics. So day 1 to day 3, we want to understand machine learning fundamentals. So just to have a broad overview of what is machine learning, what is supervised learning, unsupervised learning, the difference between classification and regression. What does it mean to train a model? What is overlifting and what is underlifting? Just have a general overview of these concepts. Do not, at this point, the first few days, do not go into the weeds. Just have a general overview of what this means so that it will set you up for success. All right. Now we are now on day 4 to day 6. You need to know Python essentials. You need to know your functions. Of course, your basic data types, the variables, data types, loops, functions, lists, dictionaries, basic file handling, things like that. You need to know that. Then on day 7 to 10, that's where you begin to move into NumPy and Pandas. These two tools, they kind of power everything in machine learning. So learning them early will save you hours later because you have the basics. Now, Pandas and NumPy are very powerful libraries and they are very large, but you don't need to know everything in Pandas and NumPy. Just an introductory video that will get you better to understand how these libraries are. Practice also loading CSV files. It's super easy. Selecting columns, cleaning data. Either you want to aggregate some information, you want to remove unwanted data, you want to, whatever, any data cleaning function that you want to perform, whatever calculation that you want to perform, you must know on day 7 to day 10. By day 10, you should feel comfortable working with data in any platform such as a Jupyter Notebook, which is my favorite. I actually use Anaconda. Then from Anaconda, I use Jupyter Notebook. Now we are on day 10 to day 20. Now, this is where we learn the core machine learning models. Day 11 through 20 are when you are officially begin machine learning. Now, all these other first 10 days were just basic introductory topics, but now we now begin moving into machine learning. You know what machine learning is, you understand Python, you know the libraries, Pandas and NumPy. Now we are ready to go into actual core machine learning principles. Now, you now need to know what is linear and logistic regression. Master the foundational supervised learning algorithms through collinear and binary classification problems. There's a ton of data sets out there that you can use to leverage. You can just Google machine learning data sets that you can use. There are a ton, like a ton. You will not be able to finish them. There are just many. Step 2, know what decision trees are, random forests are. Build upon regression knowledge with tree-based ensemble methods for improved accuracy. You are kind of building on what you have. Step 3, know how to evaluate your models. Apply precision to your model. Recall your model, F1 scores, ROC curves to quantitatively assess model performance. This is very critical and essential to make sure that your model is very accurate. Now, in this from day 11 to day 20, after you start with the linear regression, after you do your decision trees, random forest, gradient boosting, and many other models out there, actually there are videos in my timeline that specifically pick one model, give you a data set, walk through an example on how it is done, and how to fine-tune your model for accuracy. So after that, learn decision trees, random forest, gradient boosting, everything. You need also to evaluate your model, how to train your model, how to split your model, accuracy versus precision versus recall. You need to know all this. The confusion matrix, the AUC, ROC. By the end of day 20, you should be able to take a data set, choose a model, train it, test it, and evaluate the results. Now, most people want to go by memory, like they feel the need for them to recall all these concepts. But here is a practical example. Whenever in a real world business situation, I don't have to understand everything, every problem, and I don't have to recall everything that I need to use to answer any business question. What I always do is I leverage AI. Whenever I don't know anything, I will always maybe ask ChatGPT, Copilot, or Gemini. So as you learn, sometimes you may not be able to recall all the concept, but as long as you know what you're looking for, that's what we want. Because in a real world environment, just like any software engineer, you will be Googling, you will be researching Stack Overflow, ChatGPT, leveraging your PS, and many other sources. So do not, it's not a recalling contest. You just need to know and know exactly where to find help when you need it. All right. Now we move to day 21 to day 30. Now, this is where we are mastering scikit-learn, which is basically the most important machine learning library for beginner. Here in this day 21 to 30, you will learn pre-processing techniques, scaling numeric features, handling missing values, encoding categories, creating machine learning pipelines to clean data automatically. You will also learn cross-validation, which helps prevent overlifting and gives more reliable performance metrics. Then you study grid search CVs, which lets you automatically search for the best hyperparameters for your model. The skill alone can take your models from the kind of knowing, deep diving into pipelines, pre-processing, scaling, cross-validation will take your basic models into excellent models. By day 30, you will no longer be a beginner. You are becoming capable of building real-world industry-level machine learning workflows. Right. After this, let's go to day 30 and 40. Now you are starting to build your own machine learning project. This is where fun things begin. This is where real learning begins, because now you are combining everything that you have learned and you're trying to answer a real world business problem, be it a classification problem, be it a prediction problem, whatever problem that is. So these 10 days are the heart of a portfolio. Now that you understand all the fundamentals, it's time to apply your skills in the real datasets. Start with two classic beginner projects. Do not complicate it. Check there's a data set for Titanic survivor prediction. If you just Google it, you'll find it. And I also have a project on that. The house price prediction model. I also have a project on that I've completed. It's also on YouTube and it's also on my GitHub. Now, for each project, conduct a full workflow. Extract the data, explore the data. For me, I'm also very proficient with Tableau. I'm also proficient with Power BI. I'm also proficient with SQL. So I know exactly where I want my data to be before I start analyzing it. So you must know data cleaning, feature engineering, training your models, multiple models, comparing metrics, documenting your process, hyperparameter tuning, and many other things that you need to do. And also build visualizations. There are many libraries that you can use, especially matplotlib, for you to start to build visualizations, it will enhance your analysis to see the differences and adjustment that you make. Plus a visualization, it will help you visualize your data. So I said matplotlib. We can also use Seaborn. Your analysis will become clearer and more professional. By day 40, you will have a solid portfolio of projects ready for GitHub. All right, now from 41 to 50, introduction to deep learning. I love deep learning. So day 41 to 50, you begin to introduce yourself to the world of deep learning, a world where we talk about neurons, layers, activation functions, loss functions, convolutional neural network, optimizers like Abdam and SGDs, and a lot of concepts that we are going to talk about in day 41 and 50. So there are key libraries that you're gonna data sets and libraries that you're gonna play with, such as the MNIST data sets. I have like a full complete video on deep learning that takes you from I think I have like 7 projects on deep learning on YouTube already. So check my timeline and take a look and see which one. Now, while you are on day 41 to 50, you begin to install TensorFlow, PyTorch, I also Keras. Start with basic projects in deep learning, image recognition, things that are simple, handwritten digit recognition, things that are simple. Then from there, you begin to build a neural network portfolio and train it and post it in your GitHub. By day 50, deep learning will no longer feel intimidating. You will know how models are built and trained. Now, deep learning is where all the fun stuff happens, like your facial recognition on your phone, like Tesla car self-driving cars. That's basically deep learning. I love deep learning, and I always encourage people like, hey, while you're learning all these other machine learning topics, always at least come back to deep learning, because I think the large majority of machine learning AI is more focused in deep learning. All right, let's go to day 51 to 60. Now we are on the last 10 days of our journey, the final 10 days that will transform you from a basic beginner to a job ready machine learning practitioner. By the way, machine learning practitioners, they are handsomely paid. We are talking of at least $200,000 a year. Some can go up to $500,000 a year with experience if you're a beginner. And now, most people, they get intimidated, but as long as you are willing to put on the time, as long as you are willing to work on the project and have hands-on project, machine learning is not complicated. You have a ton of resources that you can leverage: the internet, Google, AI platforms such as ChatGPT. So if you really immerse yourself in training, you can pick up any job that you want, and from there build your experience. Now, most people struggle with the imposter syndrome, but it all happens in your mind. And once you are hired, the employer knows that you are capable to deliver. So do not let that mindset creep you. So day 51 to 60, you are now building a portfolio. You're not deploying a portfolio. You're not publishing your portfolios on GitHub, on YouTube, whatever platform that you choose. Stack Overflow. Start things like customer churn rate, fraud detection, sales forecasting, a recommendation system. Now, use any data set that you find online. Like I said, there are many data sets, and as a point of start, you can use some of my videos that I have put already out there. Um, um, Also, in this time period, also learn to save and load your models using Pico or JobLib just to save your work. Next, learn to deploy your models using Flask, Streamlit. So this will help you that anyone can interact with the MLL system through a simple web interface. Finally, push everything to GitHub and build a clean portfolio that showcases your work. This is where you are uh, 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 found by people that are already in the machine learning world. By day 60, you have multiple projects, hands-on experience, and a solid foundation in both machine learning and in deep learning. Now this completes our Scikit-learn machine learning challenge, Scikit-learn machine learning path, roadmap, or whatever you want to call it. If you follow this plan step by step, in 2 months, you will have the real skill set. Now, of course, it will be too compact for a time to master everything in machine learning. But if you follow this plan, it will give you everything that you need to be able to land a machine learning job as a beginner. It will also build you confidence, and you, like any other IT role, you will grow into that role, whether it's a basic IT practitioner or an advanced senior developer role. You always grow, but there's always new things that will be introduced. So whatever, as long as you have the basics and you're willing to learn, you can always succeed in IT. All right. This concludes our Skill Today challenge. I will encourage you to just pursue it. It's a no-nonsense challenge. If you are willing to put the time, the effort, the energy that is needed, you can do it. And another thing, you can do this for free. Just go ahead and go on YouTube. Just go ahead and go on Anaconda. There's free learning resources. I always say you do not need to pay a dime to learn any IT course, whatever field that you want, because it's always free aid on YouTube, whether on personal websites, personal blogs. There's always free information out there. If you are paying a dime to learn, you might pay a dime for certification, but as far as learning is concerned, it should be free.